We're back on the Coffee Challenge by Mama Bear Gaming. This is episode 41. We're getting ready to go to sleep here and move into May. But before we do, I'm going to go over a couple things. Whoop. Finances. Alright, we're going to start at the top. Purchased some new vehicles. I've sold a couple pieces of vehicles. New livestock. I don't recall buying any. Oh yeah, I bought the chickens. Yeah. I sold animals for this month, which was the cows. There was that $29,559 construction cost. Land purchase and the land sale was $192. I flipped the field, which I normally don't do. Running vehicle costs, that means repairs and stuff like that, was $77,545. No property maintenance this month, as of yet. Property income was $7,593, but that'll probably change. Production cost was $4,878. Sold products, $4,065,755. Fuel cost was $2,097. Fertilizer cost was $32,061. And here's the big one, harvest income. We had a very productive month, $17,556,774. That's selling some of the products that I got sold. The wage payment for this month was $45,598. Miscellaneous income, that would be the bonuses and stuff like that, was $1,719,423, and that is a wrap for that. So in the month of April, I made $20,446,506, which when I first started, it was right around $4 million. That was because I was selling all the wood chips off those poplar fields. That's where that money all came in at. Plus some other crops, but it didn't amount to much. The greenhouse income, and that was added into that, and the coffee bean sales and all that happy stuff. Okay, now we're going to sleep through the month. We're going into May. We're going to start at 6:30 in the morning. Alright, we are now in May. First things first. Let's speed Benji. Yeah. Even though it does say Sparky. Let's move the ball out of the way. See if we can... There he is. Good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Alright. Got him fed. Moved his ball a little bit. Alright, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna go grab a tractor. At least one with a trailer on it. We'll grab our Lamborghini. we're gonna go down here to greenhouses. Oh, we got seed here. Let's see. Ah, that's how we can get that seed picked up. Okay. Do we have any more seed in there now? Nope. We wiped it out. Oh, there's one more. Alright. Let's grab what little seed we got over here. Alright, we got 6,000 seed. Alright, that should take care of the seed. Alright, let's take a look at our quick greenhouse. Oh, we got some product in there. We're going to sell that product. Start with the grapes. Alright, let's take a look at a couple things while we're waiting for that to fill up. See what the, okay, we got raw coffee bean. Got a lot of raw coffee bean. Okay, boosted. I mean, the coffee roasters, we got 24. I'm willing to bet we got 24,000 in each of the roasters. Yep. Alright. Diesel's fine on them. How about up here? Diesel's okay there also. We should rename this one, but I haven't renamed it. Alright, we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get this tractor turned around and get it going the way we want it to go. Alright, we made 360. $368,863 off of that. With the bonus of 40,000, so that's 400,000 there. Off the grapes. Round and round we go. Where we end up, nobody knows. But we do know. Peas. Let's take a look at the prices for a couple minutes here. Alright, it's on a decline. I am not worried about it. We could wait till November to sell them, but I'm not worried about it. We're gonna be soon wrapping this up, this challenge up here pretty soon. This is episode 41, I believe. I'll take it up to 45, and that's probably gonna be the end of the challenge. For me, anyways. I got a couple other maps. I'm in the process of looking at a couple maps. I might create a challenge. I haven't made a final decision on it yet. I still got to take a look at a couple things on a couple maps. See what I want to do. Well, we've made it back up to 25 million. Just with those two items right there. Let's take a look at the statistics real quick, like. We got 220 hours on this challenge. 3 years of gameplay. we go. We got, I think that was the spinach. And we got olives and green beans remaining. I'm fixing to hit that. Yeah, green beans, and then we'll have the olives. How's our oil mill doing? It's got plenty of olives. That's because I have the olives automatically distributing to it. I'll never run out of olive oil. Alright, let's take a look at something real quick like. Let's take a look at Rhinoceros Rex's. We got 20 eggs, 20 liters. Wow. I need 5,000 liters of eggs. Alright, well let's stop that for before we go into the next thing here. Alright. We got 275,788 for the green beans. Cool. All we should have left is olives. Yeah. Alright, let's take a look at. Alright, the coffee beans, raw coffee beans are starting to drop, and the roasted are starting to drop. So we will save our beans. Well, we almost got that. We got 369,642 for the harvest income and 40,288 for the reward on it. So that was a good payday. Alright, now let's take a look at that. We're going to need seeds. Get turned around here. Oh, wrong. Alright, we got a full load, which cost us 129,599 for a full load of seed. We're not going to use all the seed, we're going to store the rest. Alright, we got it's full. Okay. We got 4 coffee houses. What we're gonna do? We're gonna visit the coffee houses, or coffee house roasters, or whatever you want to call it. If I'm not mistaken, they each got about 24,000 liters in there. We won't need to change the size of the trailer at all. We'll use the same one. We're gonna go grab up all our roasted coffee beans and put them in storage. Yeah, you see a lot of fields that don't have anything in them. But that will change. Whoa. We need to go around the other way. Don't have to worry about diesel at the moment for the coffee roasters. I can't see around that. What do we got there? More fried onions. That's the most popular thing at the moment is the fried onions. Alright, that takes care of that. Alright, let's continue on with our roasted coffee beans. Alright, let's take a look at Willie B's grain mill for a moment. We still got barley in it, we've got oats still in it, sorghum in it. We're gonna need wheat. Like I said, I haven't decided if I'm gonna do any rice or not. I'm not sure yet. We could start the process of the cakes, but 20 liters ain't gonna go very far because a cake takes 8 of them right off the bat. We're already at capacity with the milk. Okay. When you go up to dairy here, and okay, we're selling the butter, and we're selling the milk, and we're also making chocolate and selling it. So therefore, we're doing fairly well on that. Still got stones at Old Gamers Lane and Wayne Cement Factory. Alright, got that emptied. Whoa, we need to get under it. Alright, we got 96,628 liters of roasted coffee bean. We will have to change trailers for this next step. So I will park this in here. Oh, wrong tractor. We went this one over here. Each one of these coffee greenhouses has roughly about 41,000 liters of raw beans in it. So that would roughly mean about let's see, got 10 of them, that's roughly about 410,000 liters of raw beans. That's a lot of raw beans. Alright, we're down to the last one. We got we got 418,015 liters of beans out of those greenhouses. Alright, we got that all taken care of. Alright. Let's grab our stone picker. We got another field that we're going to pick stone off of. And I've got 10,184 liters of stone in the stone picker so far. Alright. The worker is going to do this field. And pick up the stones off of this field. Alright. We are going to fly all the way over here to this special harvester. You may have seen it in an earlier episode when I purchased it. Okay, our sugarcane is ready to harvest. We don't want to fold the header. We want to unfold the harvester. Alright. Here's where it's going to get interesting. We are going to do it. So let's see what it entails. That's what I was afraid of. Hanging up on these trees. Alright, cat. Sorry about that. I think I made a mistake with these trees here. But that's alright. We'll get out of the trees here in a little bit. That's why I was going to do this. Because the helper would get hung up and quit. I should eliminate these trees. Well, that sign got knocked over. Well, that sugar cane really grew up high. Alright, once we get this got this headland and the next headland, and then I'm going to give it to the worker. why I am doing this part. So I knew they was going to hang up on these trees from past experience with another crop. These harvesters. We're almost at 100,000 liters of sugar cane. But 75,000 already. Alright, this should be our last headland. does. Alright. He seems to be doing what he's supposed to be doing with this. The other field of sugarcane is not as bad as this one is with the trees around it. Take a look at that real quick. He might get hung up right here. I won't, and this one here. I might eliminate those trees so it won't. Well, the episode is just about up. This is the 41st episode here. And I believe when I come back, we'll be finishing up this field. We'll start the next one on the next episode. I know I'm not going to be able to finish all this in this episode. Well, this machine works well with the crops. The only one, all the headers work except the one that does everything. These are all specialized headers here, so the AI can work with it. The one header, there's one header in the group that does potatoes, beets, sugar beets, and all these vegetable crops, and sugar cane. all in one header. That is not AI friendly, so be careful which headers you use on this harvester. Till next time, have a wonderful day. Yep, got hung up on the tree.